Arthur was mortally wounded, grievously badly. To him there came a young lad who was from his clan. He was Candor the earl of Cornwall's son. The boy was called Constantine. The king loved him very much. Arthur gazed up at him as he lay there on the ground, and uttered these words with a sorrowing heart. Welcome, Constantine, you were Cador's son. Here I bequeath to you all of my kingdom, and God will my Britons all the days of your life, and return for them all the laws which have been extant in my days, and all the good laws which there were in Uther's days. And I shall voyage to Avalon, to the fairest of all maidens, to the Queen Argentine, a very radiant elf, and she will make quite sound every one of my oaths, will make me completely whole with her health-giving potions, and then I shall come back to my own kingdom, and dwell among the Britons with surpassing delight. After these words there came glinting from the sea what seemed a showboat, moving, propelled along by the tide, and in it were two women in remarkable attire, who took Arthur up at once and immediately carried him, and gently let him down and began to move off. And so it had happened, as Merlin said before, that the grief would be incalculable at the passing of Arthur. The Britons even now believe that he is alive, and living in Avalon with the fairies of the elf folk. And the Britons are still always looking for when Arthur comes returning. Yet once there was a prophet, and his name was Merlin. He spoke his predictions, and his saying were the truth, of how an Arthur once again would come to aid the English. Then what denied that he dishonored or shamed his word for word? As the king spoke, he had not made advance to the queen, but of what he had said, he acknowledged the truth about the love he had boasted of. That now made him sad because he lost her. Above that he said he would do whatever the court decided. The king was very angry with him. He set forth all his men to determine exactly what he ought to do, so that no one could find fault with his decision. They did as he commanded, whether they liked it or not. They assembled, judged, and decided then what should have he stay. But he must find pledges for his lord, to guarantee that he would await the judgment, return, and be present at it. Then the court would be increased, for now there were none but the king's household. The barons came back to the king and announced their decision. The king demanded pledges. Then what was alone and forlorn? He had no relative, no friend. Gadwain went and pledged himself for him, and all his companions followed. The king addressed them, I release him to you, unfulfilled of whatever you hold from me, lands and fiefs, each one for himself. When then what was pledged, there was nothing else to do. He returned to his dungeon. The knights accompanied him. They reproached and admonished him that he gave out his great sorrow. They cursed his foolish love. Each day they went to see him, because they wanted to know whether he was drinking or eating. They were afraid that he would kill himself.